So here we have Kazuya from Figuarts. About a month ago we got Jin, and since then I've been really looking forward to getting this figure. Before we jump into this, I do have an announcement to make. So today this channel hit 200 subscribers. Now, I know that 200 subscribers isn't massive in YouTube terms, but that is huge for me. So I just want to thank everybody that's subscribed to this channel. It really does mean a lot. And for anybody that's watching these videos, if you haven't already subscribed, then please do consider subscribing. It really is a massive motivational boost when you see those subscriptions increasing. So again, thank you very much for everybody that has subscribed. Right then, let's have a look at this Figuarts Kazuya Mishima. So that's the box, a nice window box. You can see the figure inside there. Let's get him out and have a good look at him. So then, there's a few bits of plastic here that comes inside the box with him. And that's just to stop any paint rub whilst he's in there. You can see a bit of protective plastic there on his waist. We'll get that off. So far, looking at him, he looks tremendous. We will have a very detailed look at the figure, but just look at the design in that jacket. It's got this snakeskin texture to the jacket. And there he is, out of the box. I've taken all of the protective packaging off him, so there's no extra plastic on him there. And we'll fetch in Jin straight away, so we can see just what these two will look like stood next to each other. They have really spared no exception when it comes to the design of these figures. Loads of effort has gone into these. The paintwork, the sculpting. The two of them stood next to each other. Really nice. Right then, onto the design. So this is the Tekken 8 version of Kazuya. So you can see that he's wearing this black suit with this overcoat. This purple snakeskin overcoat. the face sculpt looks fantastic. Just like Jin, it looks like he's jumped straight out of the game. A close to perfect render of this character. Just a lovely looking figure. Now I've been waiting for SH Figuarts to get around to doing a Tekken line for a long time, probably like a lot of people. And when I started collecting the Street Fighter figures from SH Figuarts, I instantly thought of the obvious one. I hope they get around to doing Mortal Kombat, and I hope they get around to doing Tekken. So when they announced this line, I was over the moon. Couldn't wait to see what they were going to fetch out. And now we've got two. We've got Jin and we've got Kazuya. Tekken 8 versions. So one thing that I will say about this, in regards to the figures design, we will get onto articulation in a moment. But the design is just really, really nice. He has a very imposing look. You can see with the suit that he's wearing. And the overcoat, he gives off that final boss vibes. All the way down to his dress shoes. The contrast's really nice. You can see the matte suit finish. And then you've got that gloss for the shoes. And you've got the gloss for the jacket. Now I don't know how well this camera's picking up the detail in this jacket. It is a snake skin sculpted jacket. And all of those little details, the way the light hits them with the gloss. If you're into your Tekken 8 design for this character, then this figure is absolutely exceptional. I honestly don't think the design of him and the sculpt could have came out any better. For the articulation, I can already tell he's going to be a lot like Jin. So Jin's articulation was hindered because of his design, because he had that rubber jacket on. So if we have a look at this guy, he's probably going to have the same range of motion as what Jin did. He has an ab crunch, and you can also twist side to side. Now I will point this out. You can see that there's a break just there in the jacket. So this jacket's made of rubber, and there's a nice break there, so you get some articulation without the jacket hindering too much. So you're not going to get any issues with the middle section of the jacket getting in the way, because it's two separate pieces. This top piece is a separate piece to the bottom piece, and that helps a lot with articulation. You see, if this was a one-piece jacket, it would be quite hard to get a waist twist there. You'd have to be twisting him, but it would be getting stuck. But that's not the case because it's two separate pieces for the jacket. I feel that that's a very clever design on the part of SH Figuarts. It is attached to the figure still, so it's not going to come off. But just with it being a separate piece, it just helps with some articulation. He's not getting the full splits, but you are getting a decent range for those legs. So the articulation, I will say that I'm very surprised at the range that we're getting from this figure, purely because of the way that he's designed with that overcoat. I mean, this guy is wearing so many layers of clothing that you would think that he wouldn't have much mobility. So he's obviously got that suit on, he's got the overcoat on, underneath the suit he'll be wearing a shirt, and he's also got a waistcoat on and a tie, and he's got these lovely dress shoes on. Now, in an ideal world, this isn't the kind of attire that you would turn up to wear in a fighting contest, especially if you're going into a fighting contest against the best fighters in the world. You certainly would not be turning up in a suit that's going to hinder your movement. I don't think that you would do very well carrying this many layers of clothing in a world-class fighting tournament. But Kazuya, on the other hand, seems to think that you know, this is acceptable. Anyway, in terms of his articulation, he's actually very impressive. His range that you're getting is really, really good for a figure, like I say, that's built with this many layers of clothing. He's very bulky, and a lot of that bulk comes from the jacket, and obviously he's got the suit on underneath. And I was honestly expecting that this guy wouldn't articulate the way that he does. But yeah, I can't see anything negative about the articulation with Kazuya. Now personally, and I did mention this in the Jin video that I did, these aren't my favourite designs for these characters. I feel like Tekken 8, the design department for the characters, I feel like they went absolutely berserk on the design of these, with the long jackets and all of the extra accessories that the characters are wearing. If you look at the character selection on Tekken 8 and the clothing that they're all wearing loads of accessories. They're wearing loads of, you know, they're wearing capes, they're wearing these coats, and I feel like the design of the characters, they just love the physics of how the coats move and how the capes move and things like that. Whereas if you look at older Tekken games, you know, you go all the way back to Tekken 2, which is my personal favourite Tekken release, the characters were very minimalistic. The designs were very minimal compared to what we're getting now. It's very flashy in Tekken 8. Like I say, the designs are over the top. They've gone way overboard with, like I say, the long jackets and things like that. So personally for me, I do hope that they get around to doing some of the classic looks like they have with the Street Fighter line. The Street Fighter line, we're getting all of the classic designs from Street Fighter 2, and I hope that they go down that route with Tekken and that we get the classic look for Kazuya, where he's just wearing his trousers with no t-shirt on. I feel like that classic design for Kazuya with the white pants and the flames up the side, I think that would come across as a phenomenal figure if SH Figuarts went down that route. The same with Jin. You know, Jin's outfit where he's got the red gloves and the black pants on. Again, it's just like Kazuya, but the opposite colours. Black pants instead of the white pants for Kazuya. I think if SH Figuarts released those designs for these figures, I think they will be absolutely phenomenal. They've obviously getting the Tekken license, specifically being Tekken 8. And I'm loving that we're getting these characters. I think that he looks amazing. I think Jin, again, he looks amazing. Stood next to each other. I'm so happy that we're getting these in this scale. But I really do hope that they go down the route of giving us some of their classic costumes as well. Right then, let's have a look at some of the extra bits that Kazuya comes with. So just like Jin, He doesn't come with loads of extras. This is all we're getting. You get 2 extra heads, you get a set of open hands, a set of claw hands, and then you also get this single hand as well. So you don't get a right and left for this one, you just get this one single hand. And we get this backdrop, which is the stage for Tekken 8 for Kazuya. So the hands came off nice and easy. The head popped off easy, but it was a bit difficult getting this extra head on. So just be careful when you're trying to exchange the heads. I did have to put quite a bit of pressure just to force the new head on. Sometimes it does happen, you know, when you're exchanging heads out the box and things like that, the peg needs to be a little bit worked in. So just be a little bit careful. But here's one of the extra heads that we get, with these open palm hands. Now, exchanging the head, I've managed to pull the neck out of the body. So again, just be careful whilst you're doing that. But this does allow me to give you a look at what's inside there. So you can see that there's a ball peg inside of the torso. And then you're also getting a joint inside the neck as well, so you can articulate the head. But like I say, when you're twisting these heads to try and get them off, sometimes the neck can pop out of the body. It is designed to do that, so nothing to worry about, but that can happen sometimes. That's the neck back in, just for anybody who's interested to see that. You can see the individual ball peg, that's part of the neck, that'll go into the head. And as I've just showed you, there's a ball peg inside the torso that connects the neck. It just allows for the neck to be individually moved on its own. Gives more articulation for the neck and the head. And there's the claw hands and the other extra head that he comes with. Now I do hope that the light is picking this up well, but he does have one of his pupils is red, so just like the game, you can actually see the different colour of his eyes. Just nice attention to detail again from SH Figuarts, not leaving any of the attention out, putting the work in when it comes to giving us these characters. And this is the other gripping hand that he comes with. Again, he doesn't come with a pair of gripping hands, he just comes with this one right hand where it's a gripping hand, but he doesn't come with any other accessory for him to hold. So I feel like it's a bit of a strange thing to include, just one hand without it being a pair. Normally we get a pair of hands, but yeah, so he gets this single right hand, which is a gripping hand, so he can hold something in this hand. So that is the Kazuya Mishima by SH Figuarts. Now when these were shown, the promo pics were shown for these two, I honestly thought that I would prefer the Kazuya figure. Now looking at the two of them stood next to each other, between Jin and Kazuya, I honestly can't pick between the two on which one that I prefer. I feel like you have to have both of them just to complete the picture. I feel like you can't buy Jin without buying Kazuya and vice versa. But these two figures are fantastic. I can't find any faults in either of them. As a personal preference, as I explained before, I would prefer them to be in their classic outfits. But what they've given us here, being Tekken 8 renditions, I don't think that we could have asked for anything more. In this scale, the way that these figures have turned out, the detail, the paint, their outfits that they're wearing in those games in Tekken 8, they've been perfectly executed in 6-inch figure form with these two. So overall, Kazuya Mishima has definitely been worth the wait, and I'll say the same for Jin. Waiting for these figures to be released by SH Figuarts, it has been a long time coming, but they really are not disappointing. I'm absolutely loving having these two in my collection. Now they have just announced Nina, so Nina is the next one that we know that will be released from Tekken, and I can't wait to get her in hand and add Nina to my Tekken display. Thanks very much for watching, guys. And again, as I said at the start of this video, I've hit 200 subscribers. I'm over the moon with that, and anybody that's watching that's new, please do consider hitting that sub button. It means the world to me, and I hope that everybody that's watching these videos is getting a lot of enjoyment out of what I'm putting out. Thanks again.